Welcome to another edition of the MOSHAPE Minute. My name is Guy Danhoff, and this is the special edition. I am so excited tonight as we are going to be getting to know our presidential candidates. And I'm here with Anna Forcelledo. She is a physical educator at Rockwood South Middle School. Anna, how are you doing?
I'm great, Guy. How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I got to tell you, I think this is all we've been waiting for. We know that this is getting to know you, but come on Monday, right? We're going to have our town hall. We want to invite all our MOSHAPE members. We want to fill the virtual house, as they would say, and just really have a good time. So with that, as you know, we just want to get to know you. So here's your first question. Could you tell me about your background and what inspired you to actually pursue the health and physical education profession?
I'd be happy to tell it with you, Guy, and thank you so much for asking. It's such a great question. You know, when I was growing up, my mom told us to find something that we love to do and make a career out of it. And when I think about that, I love helping people, I love helping kids, and I loved playing sports. And for specifically club sports, but it was because I love playing sports because of the belonging, the sense of belonging that it made me feel a part of. I felt like I was a part of something. And so when you combine that with the being physically active and what that does for our bodies, you know, finding physical education as a career was almost a no-brainer. It's like it found me. And there were things that happened where I found it and I just knew that I was at home. And when I look back on my life, there's things that have happened where people have told me that, you know, I would never really be successful and that I wasn't going to achieve things. And a lot of people tried to hold me back. And I had to try twice as hard to succeed or to make an A in class or to, you know, make a varsity team. I had to try twice as hard. Nothing really came as easy to me as other people. So I could have chosen to use that to hold me back consistently, but I chose instead to use it as fuel for my fire, and I persevere through things. And what that led me to do is just to have a calling to show my students and to show other people that no matter what the situations are, that you can persevere and you can achieve whatever it is that you want to, and to show these kids, our students, that you can succeed, and any goal is achievable regardless of whatever happens. You can do it.
All right. Well, that's a great answer. Obviously, when you're focusing on your students, I mean, how can you? That's a win-win-win all the way around. So with that, could you tell our viewers when you became involved in MOSHAPE, and maybe even highlight some of your contributions to our awesome society?
We do have an awesome society. I'm so proud of our society. We have the best profession and the best network. Then to lead with that, it was 2003, and I went to my first AFID convention in New Orleans, and I remember walking into the convention center and just immediately feeling this sense of belonging. And like I said previously, I was home, and I knew that I was meant to be there. And I also witnessed this sense of something bigger than anything else that I could have imagined what health and physical education could look like. And mind blown, right? It's one of those moments you step in and you're thinking in your head, I'm like, this is going to be amazing. And I just couldn't wait to get into it, you know. And so I started going to annual conventions every single year at our MOSHAPE convention, previously known as MOAFERD, and a core group of people that just connected with me, and I connected with them. And what's so special, once again, about our organization is that people genuinely care about each other and the well-being of each other and the success of each other, and also to helping each other become better for our students and better for our profession and better just people all around. And so I think that that has been something that I'm truly, truly grateful for, which has allowed me to serve and opened up opportunities for me to want to give back, is something that I realized I needed to do, was to give back to our organization by presenting at conventions previously, previous years. And that allowed me to also then serve as a part of the committee planning members for MOSHAPE with Jen Howell. And that then allowed me to see another lens of what the convention planning looks like, which prepares me now so I can see it from a much broader perspective and be prepared later on in the future. And leading to that has just connected me to a whole group of people across our state of fantastic leaders and becoming amazing physical educators, but also across the country. And I'm so grateful for those opportunities and ability to serve.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think we all can always remember that first convention. So thanks for sharing that. Because I'll just say this, I'll never forget my first one in 2008, and of course, even Shape America in 2019. So I know what you're saying there on that one. All right, so we're gonna take a little shift here, Would you share a personal and a professional accomplishment that you are most proud of, and why?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that, Guy. If I can start with a personal,
sure.
I qualify, it has to be qualifying for Boston and running the Boston Marathon in 2013. So I qualified in 2012, the Fox Valley Marathon, and kind of going back earlier to what I said about people saying that I'd never succeed. I had people yelling in my ear while I was running, saying that I wouldn't ever be good enough to succeed in running or succeed in sports. And so knowing that and using that as fuel, just going through that training, and it was messy and it was hard and I got injured, but then running that race and all the training that you endure, and it's a feeling like no other. And it's something that I'm truly proud of as a personal accomplishment to have, qualified and then to have ran in 2013. And that, if you remember, that was the year that the Boston Marathon.
Absolutely.
And the bombings, what happened. And I have some unfinished business left on that course, but it was a magnificent, completely surreal moment to have qualified and then to have ran the marathon, the most prestigious marathon in the world. But shifting into professionally, and I think that fuels me professionally, but Chalk Your Walk, I gotta go with Chalk Your Walk, in March. I joined the Health Moves Minds Committee with Christy Beery and Cal Salvo and Terry Gardner, and you were the strategic planning, the mind behind it, right? And helping us make this happen, and within 48 hours. And I just remember having this moment where not only was it giving us permission to be free to respond to this need from our stay-at-home order, because people were in this twilight zone for, nobody knew what to do. We felt very displaced, and there was a need to feel connected and love and some type of human connection. And we responded, and it was incredible. We reached 44 states and over three other countries, and that is unprecedented. And to witness that, there's this moment where you realize that you are part of something bigger than yourself, and it gives me goosebumps still thinking about it. And it just is something I'm so proud of, because I'm so humbled to be a part of it and honored to have been a part of it, but also to have seen this shift of what it's done for our association and across our state and across our country, with what we can do and the impact that social media can have on our HP profession and in other people's lives, just by spreading kindness and joy and lifting others up with one simple just gesture of kindness and love. It's truly and powerful.
Well, Anna, it is, and I still get goosebumps every time that I think about that, because it truly has changed our trajectory as an association. Excuse me, as a society, right? We're no longer MOSHAPE. We are a society, so I better get it right. So, you're exactly right. I mean, when we look back, I'll be speaking on this at the Minnesota Shape Convention on Saturday, November 7th, and that's part of my message, because that was a defining moment in our state's history. So, all right. So as we shift now, here we go. Now I want to get back to some more fun. So here we go. So what is your philosophy as a teacher and also as a leader?
Thank you for asking that. I really appreciate it. And to answer your question, Guy, my philosophy as a teacher, is really about helping students and helping others, for that matter, make this mind-body connection between fueling our body and how it affects every aspect of our lives. And that not only includes when you think of fueling your body by drinking water, but it includes fueling your body mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically, nutritionally. All of those things fit together. And if we can help students make those connections, then we can have them recognize and feel how doing those things is affecting every aspect of their life. And our profession is the only profession, it's the only subject that does that. And how amazing is it that we have the opportunity to be in that profession, to affect kids like that. It is, health and physical education is the cornerstone of that. So I really do feel that is part of my philosophy, as well as making sure that we keep things relevant for our students and up to date, because things are changing and our profession has changed. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, not yet alone 20 years ago. So we've got to stay relevant to be able to build these relationships with our students. And that also means that building our relationships with our students means building relationships with other teachers across the state, which is that's our opportunity to serve as a leader and as a situational leadership. I think moving into this type of leadership would, everything is different right now. COVID has changed the game, and it required us to look at things differently. And that requires a different style of leadership, which would be situational. We have to be willing to shift and to pivot at any given moment and in real time. And that is something that I've been in the middle of for the past 8 months, and being able to be in the trenches per se, and just to treat everything as something different, because it is. And we're going to need that experience later on as a leader as we move forward with our profession.
Absolutely. And yeah, you're exactly right about situational leadership. Come on. It seems like, literally every day there's something new popping up. Always related to COVID, right? Whether good, bad, or indifferent. Right. All right. So with that, we come to the part of the program, and I don't know why they call it this, but they call it the softball question. Now, I don't know where this came from. I just know in business school, we hear it all the time, here's your softball question. So I don't know if you played or not, but here you go. Here's your softball question. Last question. It's a good one, but it's a softball question.
Okay.
So what types of contributions would you make to serve MOSHAPE and our members if elected as our next president-elect?
I think I'm going with this guy. I've got to lead with something appropriate. 1 second, please.
Okay.
Hey, MOSHAPE members and Shape America members, my fellow SEAL Team 6 members, Kyle Salvo, Christy Beery, and Terry Gardner. I hope I did right by you with our sign. I love our Health Moves Minds committee. We have the best leaders in that committee, hands down. And as you've witnessed, Guy, you've been a part of so much of it. And it's just an honor, And the amazing thing about that is we are doubling down with Health Moves Minds and the importance of it. And not only because of the service learning opportunity or because of the fundraising opportunity that it provides, but because of the SEL and the curriculum rich of SEL that it gives. For example, one of the Health Moves Mind skills is something simple as a mindful minute. And students ask for mindful minutes daily. I'm 100% virtual right now, and they ask for it daily. And I love that they ask for it because it gives us this opportunity to utilize some of those skills, and then gives them these tools to equip themselves in order to be able to navigate through their daily lives. Everyone needs the skills of SEL and Health Moves Minds and what it can do for us. I do mindful minutes every day. But even more so, taking that to a national level, this past week, Shape America supported the Active Schools Bring Physical Education to Your Family Week. It was provided free resources of physical education to share with parents for active and healthy homes. And even more so, our Shape America CEO, Stephanie Morris, wonderful, provided daily videos with her family in order to support this initiative, which I just thought was fantastic. It speaks directly from her heart and to who she is as a person. You know, and nationally speaking, even if we bring that back to a state level, you know, the latest reports are stating that we've got to do something about screen time, and we've got to do something about, once again, physical activity as a family. And Missouri PTA, Carla Weiss, who actually we had spoken with and got started with, who provided assistance with and provided resources for Spaker Spot. And when our stay-at-home order and stay-at-home snacks was first came in with Missouri Healthy Schools, she is the one that had stated these two concerns. And we've got to do something about that, and we've got to provide these resources. And even a bigger picture, Missouri Health, Mo Health Media, just a few weeks ago, interviewed Dr. Lauren Schwartz of SLU. She's a psychologist. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, the neuropsychologist. There we go. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Neuropsychologist who specializes with adult mental well-being. And to give a scary but startling statistic, between the ages of 18 and 30, the mental well-being and depression has quadrupled between 8% and 30% roughly during COVID. That is alarming. And if you think about it, just 18 years old to 30 years old, that includes a lot of our teachers, which a lot of them could be within our state or and across the country. And we've got to take care of our teachers, and you know, we've got to have a plan, and we've got to take care of the mental well-being of the teachers. We have to take care of the mental well-being of our kids. We've got to take care of the mental well-being of our families, and we've got to get them physically active at the same time through that, because we know some of the benefits of physical activity and what it does for our mental clarity, for our energy. It helps us sleep better at night. It makes us do better in our other subjects, you know, which is why PE is the cornerstone of a solid education. And I love it so much. So we've got to get our kids active. We got to get them moving, and we've got to take care of them. And these resources and these contributions that we've been given and we've been a part of, that I've been a part of in the past 8 months, for instance, the Mo Ready resource that I've been fortunate enough to be a part of, the providing ready to go lesson plans for every single teaching platform possible, along with the at-home fitness testing resource that provides fitness testing at home and also emphasizes the importance of why fitness testing is important now, but also for years to come in their life in order to build a healthy and active lifestyle for them. And we have to be willing to pivot with that, and we have to be willing to know that there's going to be other resources that are going to happen later on, because things are going to change. They're going to shift, and whatever twists and turns that are going to happen, we as MOSHAPE and we as a leader are going to continue to provide these resources and other resources to develop. And we're going to make sure that we're listening to the CDC, and we're going to make sure that we're listening to Shape America with reentry resources and ready and other documents and other research. We're going to do our due diligence, and we're going to take care of each other and take care of our teachers and our students across the state.
Yeah, great answer. And again, I thought it was really cool that you brought up, you know, Dr. Schwartz. I had the privilege of interviewing her actually, and stunned and shocked about the latest research on what's going on with our teachers, professors. Yeah.
She mic dropped that. Oh my gosh. Oh, so much, right?
Absolutely. You know, so with that being said, yeah, I mean, there's just so much uncertainty, but yet, you know what, as you said earlier, we're going to continue to be resilient because we are MOSHAPE. So with that, Anna, I want to thank you for taking the time to actually, you know, for us and our viewers to get a chance to know you a little better. I'm sure a lot of them all recognize you when you did your little shine, you know, shaking of the sun. That's become so legendary over the last, 2 years. So
it's our trademark.
Yeah, well, exactly. So with that being said, just want to let our viewers know, tune in for our town hall meeting where we'll get a chance to, you actually will get a chance to be up close and personal in a virtual atmosphere to actually see Anna Forcelledo and our other candidate, Jody Lease, and it's going to be a great night. They'll get a chance to give some introductory remarks, and they'll field a few questions. And this is your opportunity to really get a sense of what's going on as we look to this, as you seek, actually, as our voting members, to decide who's going to be our next president-elect. So, for Anna Forcelledo, I am Guy Danhoff. We want to thank you for watching this very special edition of the MOSHAPE Minute. Thank you.
Thank you.